All right, shalom, shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, teacher Ruel, and peace, blessings, salutations to you, hopefully elect out there. All right, your brothers from Great Millstone Orlando camp. All right, just coming out here another weekend, week out, another day in and day out to prophesy the downfall and the destruction of this wicked queendom, all right, known as Babylon the Great, aka America, and to preach salvation to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, all right. But that day of reckoning is at hand, all right. And as the title goes, this is a spiritual war. And are you prepping for the battle? Because unlike a lot of these other leaders in Israel, man, or so-called leaders in Israel, all right, who basically got a lot of Jake dumbed down and docile, comfortable, right? When we're in a time now more than ever, we should be sounding the alarm and again warning our people, because again, America is about to be destroyed, man. Pursuant to Acts chapter 14 and 22, before we can obtain the kingdom, all right, the judgment must take place, man. Because how else is Yahweh Shema Shai going to get his respect? How else is he going to establish his fear, reestablish his fear on this earth? So with that being said, get right into it. Get this. I got to bear with me because give me a certain signal. Watch it slow. Up here. So get this. I'm gonna start off with this in the book of Psalm, because Lord willing, world that number. All right, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's prepping us. All right, he's prepping his hopeful elect. While a lot of these guys are talking about stacking up on guns and ammo. All right, stacking up on food. Carnal essentials. All right, Yahweh Shema Shai, Lord willing, he's prepping us spiritually. We're spiritual preppers. In verse 19, I do believe. Yeah, Psalm 37 and 19. It says, "They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied." I'm gonna check the light. Stop. It has stopped. I don't know if you're still live. All right, so I'm gonna read it again in Psalm 37 and 19. It says, "They shall not be ashamed in the evil time." All right, because as the scriptures go on to talk about how, and you see the beautiful thing about it with the balance of Yahweh Shema Shai, because we're supposed to be in the house of mourning right now, right? While everyone else is in the house of feasting, not taking advantage of the grace that Yahweh Shema Shai has given us, all right, seeking his face early before the evil days come, all right. People are taking advantage of that to just, like the scriptures talk about, what's it go? Willing sinners, being a willing sinner,
willingly ignorant.
Yeah, that's it. The water, yeah.
Willfully sinning.
Yep, that's it too. Yep.
Yeah.
Willfully sinning, And again, we're in a time now where, again, the Lord, he's given us this grace period to basically be on his good side, man. To be found in his grace. All right. This is the time now to learn and apply wisdom. And that's something I like to think about a lot, because wisdom, it puts you in a position to where you obtain favor with the Lord. And you see, again, while we look like fools now, we look like bumps now. People, they can talk shit, they can say what they want to say, but hey, our sacrifice, it's going to pay off, and it's going to show in that day, and it's going to pay off. That's why, again, in Psalm 37 and 19, they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, because again, the tables are about to turn, and the script is about to flip. You see, And to all those that were crying and sighing, to all those that are partaking in the house of mourning, while everyone else is in the house of feasting, laughing it up, right? Well, again, the table's about to turn. You see, soon, real soon, and we're going to be the ones laughing through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We're going to be the ones laughing, right? Our sorrow is going to be turned to joy, while these people, man, they're going to be in a pitiful case. You see? So reading on, it says, and in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. So you see, hey, the whole elect, we're going to be straight. Because, let me get this real quick. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40. Because this is what Jacob's trouble is all about. Trouble for Jacob. Right? Because again, how else is Yahweh Shema Shai going to reestablish his feet on the earth? All right, through his judgments. So let me get this real quick. It's Ecclesiasticus, also Rock, chapter 40, and verse 9. It says, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and the scourge. And all these things take place on a daily basis. You know? And judgment is ramping up. But to these people, you know, it's not enough. And this is why we're going to continue to see judgment be magnified. All right. You know, as brothers say time in and time out, man, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse before it gets worse. Before it gets worse, before eventually we get the kingdom, man. You know? Lord willing. But in verse 10 it says, these things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood. All right. So you see, again, because ultimately, when it comes to Jacob's trouble, this is why Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, he's putting us through the fire now, because that's another thing when it comes to our people, man. They don't understand that one way or the other, you're going to get down with the Lord's program. One way or the other, you're going to feel that fire. You know, and it's just a matter of whether you're going to go through the fire, but you're going to be shown mercy or not. You know, because again, the Lord is dealing with us now. He's chastising us now. All right. You know, and as much as it may hurt, you know, as painful as it may be, as much as it may suck, nevertheless, the Lord he's still showing us mercy. You know, he's dealing with us as sons. You know, that way, when the other fire comes, all right, you know, Lord willing, we're not condemned with the world. We're not condemned with these people, man. Because again, when the Lord brings this, when he opens up the floodgates of hell, man, it's not going to be no mercy shown. Because how much more talking does the Lord need to do, man? You know, how many more warnings need to go out before our people get the point? Because the Lord, again, man, can't stress this enough how the Lord, he's not, this cycle of the Lord being with us, and then eventually Jake starts to go off. The Lord has to send a nation to, you know, to chastise us, to correct us, go into slavery. All right. You know, Jake, they repent. You know, the Lord delivers us, you know, and then eventually we start going off again. This cycle, man, is eventually it's coming to an end. And we believe through the Spirit, man, hey, this is the last go around. This is why, was that Isaiah 1, it talks about how the Lord didn't leave behind a remnant, then we'd all be at Sodom and Gomorrah, man. You know, we'd all be through. Let me get this real quick in Isaiah 6, because like I said, how much more asphalt does the Lord have to give out? Does he have to dish out for Jake to eventually get the point? Well, Isaiah chapter 6, because Jake is not going to get the point until the missiles come. And that's that ultimate fire that I mentioned earlier, right? By the way of the thermonuclear missiles, man. Isaiah chapter 6, I'll start at verse 8. Also, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their eyes heavy, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Because we know, according to prophecy, You know, unlike a lot of these Israelite groups, you know, they in that spirit of all Israel being saved, all Israel's not going to get in on the side, man. You know, before any of us were even a thought of, this was already mapped out with the Heavenly Father how this movie was going to play out. And 2/3, they were sanctified. They were ordained to perish, to be cut off and die on this side. Now, granted, they're going to come back through the loins of the elect, and they're going to be all right. But until then, hey, you know, Jacob's only going to wax worse and worse and worse. And that's why, again, if the Lord didn't leave behind a remnant, because that's who the Lord is dealing with right now. He's only dealing with the remnant. And in verse 10 it says, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. Then said I, Lord, how long? So how long is Jake 2/3 going to be in this state of where they just don't see, they just don't get it? It says, and he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant, and the houses without man, and the land be utterly destroyed. And again, what's going to completely and utterly make this whole landmass of Babylon the Great desolate? It's going to come by way of those nuclear missiles, man. You know, but even before that, again, Jacob's trouble, man, you know, is right around the corner. For those that have ears to receive and eyes to see, man, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's strategically moving everything into place, man. Famines, like the brother, you know, often likes to talk about the four sword judgments. You know, because we've been given a general outlook or a general understanding as far as the famines and the plagues, pestilences, and things of that nature. But again, if you're paying attention, we're seeing the intricate details play out right before our very eyes, man, as we speak. You know, because hey, these doors of mercy, man, they're closing, and they're closing quick. You know, and there's a sense of urgency within the elect, because again, a lot of these other Israelite groups, there's no sense of urgency. Again, a lot of these so-called leaders in Israel, man, they're dumbing our people down, making our people comfortable, settled on their leaves, man. You know, talk about there's not going to be no Jacob's trouble, right? Jacob's trouble is gay. Jacob's trouble is already happened. You know, telling the people smooth words, man, soothing words, telling them what they want to hear, because a lot of these Israelite groups, I'll just say it, man, they're basically a Christian church with fringes on, man. You know, they pretty much telling Jake that feel-good doctrine. You know?
This is you know that?
Yeah.
This is 2 Corinthians 10:3. It reads, and though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through power to the pulling down of strongholds. And that's what this truth is doing, pulling down the strongholds of the so-called white man, dealing with his religion, dealing with his philosophies. It reads, verse 5, casting down imagination and everything that we was taught here in Babylon the Great and scattered up the four corners of the earth is imagined. We dealing with imaginary money, right? There's no gold and silver backing the money. Everything is imaginary here, man. You can chase the bag and live this luxurious life, but in the end, it's gonna be destroyed, man. So what is it? It's imaginary, man. Right? What is that? It feel good for the moment. Oh, get 2 Corinthians. What is that? Is it 4 and 17? Or maybe yeah, I think it is. Say things are temporal. I think it's 4:17. I think it's 2 Corinthians 10 and 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of power. And that's the so-called white man and his philosophy. It's the so-called white man and his way of life, his way of thinking. That's why I tell you the word rudiment in Colossians 2 and 8. Rudiment goes into his foundations, his fundamentals, his essentials, his first principles. When you look it up, it's at ABCs. So you got to learn the so-called white man's way of life here in Babylon the Great. The Lord is casting out imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, which is 2/3 of Jacob as well, man. Because they're following the so-called white man say, get the bag, man. And bring it into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach, which is the whole elect, and having in a readiness to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled. So you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
In 2 Corinthians 4, starting at 17.
Yeah.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment,
Right.
worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen.
Right.
For the things which are seen are temporal,
Simple.
but the things which are not seen are eternal.
But just for a moment, man. Jacob to live good here for a moment, and then, like what old boy said on Friday, back to the ghetto you go, right? Listen, as it's gonna happen with Esau Edom, the so-called white man, his rulership is about to crash, man. It's about to end, and they know it. So Jake get to live here for a moment, right? Temporal, if you can get that word for me. They get to live good here just for a season. The head brother Nahoy always say, Jake want a ball for 2 seasons, but spend 40 in the prison, man. That's a short, it's a little bit of time. Well, the Lord is training up the whole elect for eternal salvation, man. But we got to go through a battle. It's a war. You got it.
Temporal. It says, the definition, the Blue Letter Bible, it says, for a season.
For a season, see? Then the brother Nahoy always say that, man. Jake get the ball out for a season, 2-3 seasons, and spend the rest of their life behind bars, man. Or a ball for a season and catch 15 years. There's anything else on that?
Enduring only for a while.
Right.
Temporary.
Temporary. So this is 1 Corinthians 14 and 7. It reads, and even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is pipe or harp? And we telling you, the sound is, the Lord will destroy North America, man. Babylon the Great. Repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. Okay, we got slim chance to none to get salvation, man. When they tell you in Revelation that the Lord's going to take 12,000 from each tribe, dealing with the men. So you got 1 in 12,000 chances to be one of these 144,000 men. Not talking about unknown multitude. If you fight for a crown, what Paul say? There's a crown laid up for us at 1 Timothy 4, right? If you fight for that crown, if you trying to be one of those men, Lord willing, if you trying to sit with Yahweh in the kingdom and sit on 12 thrones, that's only 1 in 12,000 chances if you're from the tribe of Judah or Levi or Benjamin or Issachar, right? Or Manasseh. Just 1 in 12,000 chances. But this is about restoring order, man. It say 1 Corinthians 10 and 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, we're not giving you an uncertain sound. We're telling you, thus saith the Lord, man. Repent, or you're gonna lose your life grievously, man. It ain't no other way to tell a person, if you don't repent, you're gonna die, man. That's it. So 1 Corinthians 4 and 7 reads, and even things without life give it sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is pipe or harp? If the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? So we telling you, the battle is Jacob's trouble. Get 2 Ezra 16 and 40. And the Lord gave it to us simple, man. Repent, or you're gonna die. The doors of mercy are still open. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and 14. The Lord said we're going to be preparing ourselves for the battle that's about to come, man, which is Jacob's trouble. 2 Ezra 16 and 41. This is Ezekiel 7:14. It reads, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go up to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Where it said, they have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none go into the battle, man. This is a spiritual battle. This is a spiritual war against the so-called white man, Esau Edom, man. Against his philosophies, against his policies, his ways of life, which is the rudiments of the world. They established that, man. Okay? They established their wickedness. They established North America, Babylon the Great, on bloodshed, great robbery, murder, pillage, and plunder, and false philosophies, man. You got it.
So second Ezra 16, 40, 41. Or you want to start at 40?
Yeah.
Second Ezra 16 and 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle.
Make you ready to thy battle. They don't say the battle, they say thy battle. Because it's Jacob's trouble. Go ahead.
And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Right.
And you know what's cold? Because, Yahushua being our top example, man. When he had that moment, when he was on the cross, right? He felt the presence of the Heavenly Father leave him. And, because that's what it's going to come down. That's why I said, make you ready to thy battle, because we're all going to have it. And this applies to all of us, whether you believe or not.
Right.
We're all going to be put in this position to where we're going to have that moment like Yahushua, man. It's like, damn, what am I going to do?
Right.
'Cause that's what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to that choice. Like, what am I? Right.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do?
And even John felt like that for a moment. He was in prison.
Yeah.
When he saw one of the guys to the Lord, he said, "Is it you or do I look for another? Because I'm in prison. Why you ain't come get me?
Yahushua
I'm still sitting here."
Yahushua didn't visit him, so you can just imagine the thoughts going through John's
Yeah,
mind.
man.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
and he died in prison,
Right. And head cut off, man. Right.
But in 2 Ezra chapter 16, 40 again. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
And we're going to be pilgrims, man. We will be pilgrims on the earth, man. Let me get this.
And if I may say, because to a low extent, a lot of us are already pilgrims, bouncing from job to job, and every couple of years we gotta find a new spot to live in, and every couple of years, new car, and for some brothers, you gotta find another rib or whatever. So, on a low level, we are for the most part pilgrims already.
Now, I was finna say, we have always been pilgrims, man. We don't got no certain dwelling place. This is Hebrews chapter 11. This is Hebrews 11 and start at 7, it reads, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should have received for inheritance, obeyed and went out not knowing whether he went. For by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles, Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. It ain't mentioned Esau. It said by faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which had foundations, whose builder maker is power. Yahweh Shem Shah. So it say these. Let me read 12. It say, therefore sprang there everyone, even of one, and him as good as dead. So as the stars of the sky multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea, so innumerable. It said these all died in faith, not having and embraced them and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. It say, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. Okay? It say, and truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they may have the opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is in heaven, wherefore power is not ashamed to be called their power, for he hath prepared for them a city. But it say, and confess that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth, man. This Abraham, it say he died not receiving the promise. That's why when you read Ecclesiastes 2, and Solomon's like everything that he had gold, silver, wisdom, maid servants, men servants, right? Vineyards, olive yards. He had it all, man. But in the end, he said what? It was all vanity and vexation of spirit. Why? Because it wasn't the kingdom, man. It wasn't the kingdom. It wasn't that everlasting kingdom, man.
So back in 2 Ezra 16, 41, he that selleth let him be as he that fleeth away.
Right.
He that buyeth as one that will lose. He that occupieth merchandise as he that had no profit by it. And he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein. He that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes.
Right.
They that marry as they that shall get no children. And they that marry not as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain.
Right. So it's all about to be burnt up, man. And before it get burnt up, it's gonna be taken away. Get 16. Start at 68. This is 1 Corinthians 7:29. It reads, "But this I say, brethren, the time is short, and remember that both they that have wives be as though they have none, and they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not." Same thing it says in 16. "And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away." And these things are going to be taken away. The scripture tell you that. Go ahead and read that.
2 Ezra 16 and 68.
So this is the Lord saying, prepare yourself. Oh, the brother Yeshaya did a beautiful video. The other, I think it was like, it was in the middle of the week. I was watching at the plantation. He was going to get ready to lose everything you got, man. Get ready to lose all of it, man. It's gonna be gone. Everything, man.
The scriptures talk about how, hey, the elect, man, they love not their lives unto death.
Unto the death, man.
And again, Lord, wonder what that number, because we're being prepped to where, listen, we don't care about this shit anyways, man. We can't wait to see all this shit go up in flames, man.
Right.
But the 2 Ezra 16 to 68. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols."
That's those that sold out to the government, man. All those, these companies got the 501c3 taxes in them. All those that sold out. They're talking about you. They tell you that in Isaiah 28, man. They tell you that they made a covenant with death and they held out that agreement, man. There's all those that sold out and those that's following those sellouts, man. One more time.
"For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you." You know,
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, because there's no coincidence they got all these Moabites, man, these Moabite or what are they, nationalists or whatever they call them, coming over here, man. Because you know you got a lot of sleeper cells over here. You know they're just waiting on the green light, right? Because scriptures talk about how he's more stout than his fellow, you know. Because not just Moab, man, these other Esau's own people, man, they're getting sick and tired of these American Edomites, man. And a lot of these nations, they can't wait to get hands on America, man, and wreak havoc over here. You see, and the anger that's going to be displayed on these Arshalar troops, these Gurga troops, these foreign troops start coming over here, man. You know, because they're going to be doing real abominable things, man, when they get the green light.
Right.
You know, and hey. Again, Lord willing, what that number, we're going to be here to witness. We're going to be seeing things. We're going to be hearing things, witnessing things. You know, and again, because it's going to have to take a special fortitude within our minds to be able to withstand on that day. Because, again, what's coming down the pipes, these people, they're not ready for it. You know, because you quoted Isaiah, the 28th chapter, well, hey, that same chapter talks about how those that trust in falsehood. So, you know, you're going to have people trying to escape the danger, and they're going to think they're escaping the Lord's wrath, man. Right. Going into them you know what stations to never be heard of again, man.
Sea Hill Station.
Yeah. But second Ezra 16 and 68 again. "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall. Oh, it's like I forgot to make the point because, like I said, the things that they're going to be doing, all right, things that we can't even imagine as of right now, because it's going to be real, you know, just abominable things. But the spirit that's going to be on those foreign troops, man, it's going to be the wrath of Yahweh Shem shall on those troops." So reading on, it says, "And they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols."
Well, and that's Jake right now. They already idle right now, man. Right? A lot of them took that Capri Sun, right? Jake looking for gifts. They already idle, man. 2/3 of our people already idle. So it said what? They're gonna feed you being idle with things offered unto idols, man. And that's gonna be that Sea Hill, man.
"And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision."
You see, they that consent unto them. Same thing it said in Isaiah 24, verse 15 through 18, man. They didn't consent unto them. Go ahead.
And you know what's cool? 'Cause you mentioned this some weeks ago about how, because when there's no food out here, a lot of people are going to take that sea hip just to eat. Well, what if you take that sea hip to eat and Esau still don't give you no food, man?
Right. You had brought that out in the lesson you did about some weeks ago. So I was back in the point you had made.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, you had brought that.
Because it said they should be had in derision, man. So the Lord, He's gonna give these people over to their own thoughts. You know, you think you're gonna take that sea hip? You're only gonna prolong your life a little longer, man.
That's it.
That's it. You're not gonna escape.
If possible, because Esau is a crafty bastard, man.
And y'all brought it out how the Capri Sun is. Oh, I think the elder was talking about it last night about how a lot of people take that Capri Sun, man, get cancer.
They get cancer, man. Stay for counsel, man.
But it says, and they shall take away certain of you. Most likely, verse 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. And you see, because a lot of people, well, you got a handful of Jakes, they ask the question, well, what if they tie me down, strap me down, and force the sea hip in me? Well, it said, because it's going to come down to, like we were saying earlier, a decision, a choice is going to have to be made.
Right.
It's like I said here, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot.
And they already consent. That's you being part of the system, man. Right? You want to be a part of the beast system, right? You want to vote, be a part of the system. Hey, then you're going to apply. You want to comply and conform to their ways, man.
I guess so.
To taking the sea
That's
hill.
what it looks like to me.
Go ahead.
For there shall be in every place, and in the next cities, a great insurrection
Right.
upon those that fear the Lord.
And we were talking about this yesterday, man. Hey, if that's going to happen to the whole elect, where the 2/3 going to be at, man? You got it.
They shall be like madmen, sparing none,
Right.
but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
And that's why I tell you in Isaiah 59, the Lord going to lift up a standard, man. You got it.
For they shall waste and take away their goods
Right.
and cast them out of their houses.
Right.
And a lot of people have no idea that Esau, he's got laws on the books about how you can only have a certain amount of food in your house.
Yeah. I got the article in my phone, man.
They can basically take over your crib, man, and set up shop there, man. Stuff like that. Jake has no idea. So when them troops come in, kick the door in and set up shop, Jake be, shooting and shit, and Jake can't aim for shit.
Right.
So a lot of these straight bullets come from Jake. But again, that's why we're spiritual preppers, man. Because when it comes to Esau and his blessing, it's carnal. And we can't beat Esau at his own game.
Right.
That's like brother was talking about. Hey, that standard is gonna have to be lifted, man. The Lord's gonna have he's gonna turn the dial up within his men.
I was making a point.
So verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. But they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord, power.
Right.
Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
So if the whole elect is going to go through that, they said, then shall be known who are my chosen. So if that's going to happen to the whole elect, then what about the 2/3, man? Where they going to be at, man? Dead? Somewhere getting ate on? Or eating somebody? Have it, man. If you can start back in 69 again.
Second 16 and 69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. There shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
Right.
They shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. then shall they be known who are my chosen.
Right. That was the point. I'm trying to reach out my mind. It ain't coming. It's all good. May the Lord be mentioned. In Philippians 3, in verse 7 it reads, but what things were gained to me, those I counted loss for Mashiach. Yeah, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua, my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Hamashiach. See, and be found in him, not having my own righteousness, which is of the law, but that which is through the faith of Mashiach, the righteousness which is of power by faith. So, it say that I may know him and the power of his resurrection and the fellowship of his sufferings, being made conformable unto his death, man. I tell you in 1 Peter 4:1, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind of Mashiach, man. But we put, whatever's going on, it's gonna be gone, man. So you gotta have that mindset of, be at any moment. Okay? Yeah. At any moment of night, Esau can kick the door in, man.
I think some brothers in the truth, or it might just be me, because it'll be late at night. And knowing and understanding the times that we're in, knowing, like the brother said, hey, you prepared 2-3 o'clock in the morning, they keep you doing. Yeah. You know, I know, like I said, sometimes I be hearing noises out there. I'm like, shit, you know, almost jump up, like, you know, almost like, you know, you got some PTSD or something. Let me get this real quick.
Spirit, man. Spirit.
Yeah, every little noise, man. You know, getting up and just looking out the windows, you know. Because, hey, Lord willing, man, we're ready. I'm not going to say we're ready, but because, again, this time that we're coming into, the like the brothers say all the time, and we're transitioning from faith to faith.
Right.
You know, and the training wheels is coming off, man. Hey, we've been swimming in the shallow end of the pool. Hey, the Lord's about to push us in the deep end, man, and see what we're made of. But I'm gonna get this in Psalm 57.
Hey, this is a spiritual battle, man. It's a spiritual battle. Like you were saying earlier, we can't beat Esau, even so-called white man, at his own game. The Lord made him carnal, and made them carnal, and made us spiritual.
And he can't beat us at our game.
He can't beat us at our game. And the Lord said in Luke 21:15, I will give you a mouth and wisdom that neither your adversary can gainsay nor resist, man. They can't beat us at this, man. Vocab and Michael Brown, you don't even hear about James White no more, because he lost, man. And when a debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of him that lost, man, of the loser, man. So all they got is slander. Well, what the scripture say? He's gonna slander us, man. The accuser he's the accuser, man. They supposed to slander us.
So real quick in Psalm 57, verse 7, because again, going into this whole, you know, us being spiritual preppers, man, you know, it's a mindset, you know, because again, man, the scriptures talk about hope against hope. What are you gonna do when your back is against the wall? Again, it's gonna come down to a choice. A decision is gonna have to be made. Like your house shot, man. I meditate on that almost on a day-to-day basis. Matthew 26, that's one of my favorite chapters to meditate on, man. You know, because when Yahushua had his moment of you know, that hour of
but hey, that's why he said, when you read creation, it is weak, but the flesh is weak.
It's fixed. O Most High, my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. And the NLT says, my heart is confident in you, O Most High. My heart is confident. No wonder I can sing your praises. You know, because hey, brothers, we take this thing, man, day by day. It's a day by day basis. It's a case by case. You know, because you know, at one point we were worried about how we're gonna take care of, you know, rent from 3 months from now. Well, like the scripture say, take no thought on the morrow, to roughly paraphrase, because hey, again, Lord's he's gonna take care of us, man. You know, he's been showing us, if you're paying attention, you know, that he's dealing with you. He's dealing with us if you're paying attention. You know, so the things that once bothered us, you know, with our spirit, and you know, the things that we were once fretted about, we were worrying, those things don't really affect us like they used to. You know, because hey, again, we're being conditioned. Heart is being fixed to just trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. Our confidence in Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, because another thing, hey, Lord willing, we're that number, man. When it comes to the elect, the hopeful elect, if we are of that number, and we already beat the shit. We already conquered it. We already got the victory. You know, it's just a matter of our story playing out.
Right. Let me read that. Let me read that. You said that. In Philippians chapter 3 and verse 15 it reads, it said, let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if in anything ye be otherwise minded, power shall reveal even this to you. Nevertheless, whereunto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rules, let us mind the same thing. See, it said we have already obtained, man. And this is that a reactivation. Matter of fact, let me get that. In Titus 3 and 5 it reads, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. So as of right now, the Lord gave us that high calling, man. So it's like, and the Lord said it. Matter of fact, in Revelation chapter 3, it reads, behold, I come quickly, Revelation 3 and 11, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. For the Lord gave you the high calling, right? In 1 Corinthians 7, because right now, at this moment right now, we got the high calling, man. It's 1 Corinthians 7:20. He said, hold that fast which thou hast right now, man. In 1 Corinthians 7:20, that every man abide in the same calling wherein he was called. Art thou called being a servant? Care not for it. Care not for what? The ministry, the flock, edifying the body. But if thou mayest be made free, use it rather. Use what? The wills not to understand the Lord gave you. Your high calling. But he that is called in the Lord, being a servant, is the Lord's freeman. Likewise also he that is called being free is a Mashiach's servant. Ye are bought with the price, be not ye the servants of men. But let every man, wherein he is called, therein abide with Yahweh Shema. So, hey, as it said in Philippians, we have already attained it, man. The Lord gave it to us. So all we gotta do is hold on to it, man. You got it.
Well, yeah, to land back that age. The crown has already been fronted to us. Right. Lord willing, we just gotta hold on to it. Right. You know?
That's the talents, man. That's what the talents represent. Using your talents and multiplying your talents, man.
And whatever your measure of the spirit is, whatever gift was given to you, because not every brother's gonna be, you know, on the camera, you know, teaching. Well, hey, whatever gift the Lord gave you, utilize it to put your best foot forward and do it in sincerity and in truth. Right. You know, and hey, the Lord, again, he sees that, man. You know, and again with that, hey, like it tells you in 2 Esdras 9, how shall we be saved? By our faith through our works. Right. You know, the two go hand in hand. So real quick in Hebrews 10 and starting at 22. Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience, right, and our bodies washed with pure water.
See, and that's the word, man. Washing of the water by the word in Ephesians 5 and 26. You got it.
Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering,
being rooted and planted and established. Go ahead.
For he is faithful that promised. Another one to hand back that. And because you know, often throughout the scriptures, when you hear how the Heavenly Father talked to our forefathers, man, there was no doubt in the Lord and his tone of how he came to our forefathers. Look, the Lord said, hey, be still and know that I am. What you worrying about? What you tripping about? Like Yahushua was with the disciples on the boat. You know, the disciples, they were panicking, bugging out. You know, because Yahushua was constantly getting on the disciples because of their lack of faith. Like, what are you tripping about? Right. You know, because that's what the Lord is. Without faith, it's impossible to please the Lord, man. But again, that's what we're being prepped up for, man. To just, hey, like these fake for the Christians, let go and let God, right? No, we're really letting go and just, hey, you know, Lord, you got it.
Psalm 55 and 22 say, it reads, matter of fact, let me read it real quick. In Psalms 55 and 22, it reads, cast thy burdens upon Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, and he will sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. That's why he say, be still in Psalm 46. Be still and know. He said he would never suffer the righteous to be moved. Now you just mentioned this in 1 Timothy 2 and 9. The Lord ain't give us let me read this. It's first let me get this. 1 Timothy 2 and verse 8 it reads, I would therefore that men pray everywhere, lifting up holy hands without wrath and doubting. Without doubting, man. In 2 Timothy 1 and 7 it reads, for power hath not given unto us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind.
If you can read that in NLT. That sound mind, man. That's what it's gonna take. Again, to see women eating their own children, people eating each other. And again, in that day, you're gonna have a select group of individuals laughing at that. You know, their bones are gonna be fat. They're gonna be good. You know, that's gonna take a special type of, well, I can tell you in the NLT, brother's about to read it. I think it goes into discipline.
Actually, you got
Something like that.
2 Timothy 1 and 7 in NLT, it reads, for God has not given us a spirit of fear and Timothy, but of power, love, and self-discipline.
Yeah, because again, in that day, man, when your back is against the wall,
Timidity, yeah, it's like it. For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline. That's fire.
yeah, because again, when your back is against the wall, and it comes to that hope against hope,
Right.
when it seems like it's the end of the line, you know, again, a lot of people, they're gonna make decisions based out of fear. You know, because you know you're gonna have a lot of people take that C hip, knowing it's a C hip, knowing that they're going off against the Most High, but they're not rooted and grounded in the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, but the elect, they're gonna have a certain level of discipline. Even the scriptures tell us, man, not to follow the multitude to do evil. You're gonna have a lot of people going to them stations because that's what everyone else is doing. A lot of people took that precept because, hey, everyone else is doing it, might as well. You know, but the elect, again, they're going to have a different spirit on them, man. And hey, but we're hoping and striving to be a part of that number, man, because that's what it's going to take, a sound mind, you know, because, you know, I like to imagine when it's all said and done and all hell's breaking loose, hey, precepts are going to be going through our mind, you know. That's what I actually had.
But you know what, in that time, the hopeful elect, which would be, at that time would be the elect, they're going to have a sound mind, man. They're going to move with calmness, man. They're gonna move with that being calm. But that's what we're being trained on right now, man. But when that time to happen, the whole collective becomes.
Just real quick in Proverbs 4 and 20.
Come on, bro.
Proverbs 4 to my sayings, let them not depart thine eyes,
Right.
keep them in the midst of thine heart, because again, like I said, when all those breaking loose, hey, brothers, precepts are gonna be going through brothers' minds. You know, precepts are gonna be in our mind. The Lord willing.
He's already trained for it, man. Being prepped for it. So in that time when it's Jacob trouble and famine out here, there ain't no food in the grocery store, 2/3 gonna be panicking, man. They panic now when they can't get a snack. Okay, hey, and if Esau didn't have, listen, let me tell you something. If Esau didn't have overnight restaurants, Man, these people be going crazy, man. So you get to go to a Denny's and an IHOP, okay, a Waffle House, McDonald's. Hey, if it wasn't 24-hour places for these people to eat, man, they'll go crazy at night, man. That GMO food is driving crazy, man.
First or Second Thessalonians. To land back that on whatever in Hebrews 10th chapter. Second Thessalonians 3, I'll start at 2. I'll start at 1. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men. For all men have not faith. And you see, because it makes me think about Jake. Here it is. You know, the Lord gave us the eyesight. We've basically been unplugged from this matrix, and we're trying to, through the Spirit of the Lord, unplug our people from the matrix, but they want to stay plugged in. And they have that crab in the bucket mentality, man. Because Jake has been beaten so much to a point, and it works our nerves because, hey, that lack of faith, man, it's that sorry, you turning up that was oh shit, but verse 3 says but the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil, man. Right. So again, hey, going back to this evil time that we're coming in, very bad times that we're coming into, hey, again, if you've been putting forth your best foot forward, hey, man, the Lord, He's got you. He's got us, man. Don't worry about it. Now, granted, because it's not like we woke up and we just where we're at now. No, it's training. It's a process.
We're in training. The Lord been prepping our mind for what's about to come. We're being prepped for Jacob's trouble. We're being prepped for not having no food for 24 hours, no water. We've been already prepped for it.
Let's talk about fasting, man.
Right.
Hey, better, right? Because that's the fasting is very powerful and underestimated tool.
Yes, it is. Hey, that's why it's in Leviticus, man, about the Day of Atonement. You're supposed to do it, man. And the apostles and the elder bishop has always said, man, if you feeling woozy in the spirit, fast. Hey, because it's gonna come, it's just me saying it. It's gonna come upon the time. What if it be a 24 hours and ain't gonna be no food? What if that really happened? Well, the whole elect been training for that already. And they don't just do it that one day, do it. Other days they do it, man. But you are being prepped for that, for what's about to come.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna force these people to fast, man.
Right. And
we ain't talking about some days, we're talking about some weeks.
No, for a family, for you to starve and famine, that's gotta play out, man. Weeks, months, man. And I was making the point the other week, when I was doing a little lesson on Friday, the Lord gonna get everybody's attention when ain't no food, man. That's when the Lord, then everybody gonna know, man, the Lord doing this, man. Yeah. That's when the Lord gonna get everybody's attention. Then they gonna wanna know, but guess what? It's gonna be too late, man. This is you got it, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because a lot of people give credit to Esau, man.
Right.
But eventually it's gonna get to a point, so many unexplainable things is gonna be happening. That's where people are gonna find out, man. Those guys on the street corners, man, they were trying to pronounce the name. What was it? Yeshua? No, man. It's gonna, like your brother said, it's gonna be too late for the mass majority of you people. That's when Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna be known. It's because we're not doing this for us. All right, we're doing this to glorify Yahweh Shema Shai. And again, that's what the whole going back to the judgments, man. That's what's going to reestablish the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, reestablish his reputation. Because things are gonna be happening. It's gonna get to a point where the hell with Esau, man. This has got to be of a higher power.
Right. And gotta go be all with his hands. You ready to fight? I was going to say, I lost my train of thought, but Jake should be out here. So in Ephesians 3, what you were just saying? If you know what you were saying. Anyway, I was going to try to reach out my memory.
I was saying
That's twice.
Esau, everyone's giving credit to Esau. To an extent, the Lord is using Esau, but eventually, because like we read in 2 Ezra 16, how that burning wrath of a great multitude, they're going to be, coming after the elect men, because things are going to get so chaotic that Esau, he's going to be trying to maintain order. It's going to get, because he's going to try to bring in that martial law to come after the elect men.
He ain't going to be able to keep order me.
So the point being that when things get to a point where it's just unexplainable, people are gonna be forced to acknowledge Yahweh Shah.
Yeah,
This has
right,
got to be
right.
of a higher power.
Right, that's what I finished going to this. I was gonna make the point because you mentioned that. This is Ephesians chapter 3, verse 13. It reads, "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory." Because in Psalm 44 and 8, it said we boast in the Lord. Because you were like, ain't like we boast in our glory. No, it said we gonna boast in the Lord, man. Psalm 44 and 8 said we boast in the Lord all the day long. The names of the Lord, man.
That's how we are now.
Right.
But just everything, every little thing. The water Yahweh Shemel all
Right,
Yahweh Shemel
right.
Shah. So when Jacob's trouble, it's just all of Yahweh Shemel Shah.
Right. So Ephesians 3, because we know Jacob's trouble got to come. And it's coming, that got to happen. The dollar got to crash. This is how the kingdom come. This is Ephesians 3 and 13. It reads, "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations." So we read about what Paul went through, the shipwrecks, getting bit by a venomous snake, right? All the beatings, he said he was 3 nights, 3 days in the deep, right? Getting stoned. The Lord put the spirit back in him. So Paul saying, "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you." Because that's part of being get Proverbs 3, 10 and 11. This is a part of going through your prepping, man. This is a part of your prepping. It say, "Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory. For this cause I on my knees unto the Father of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named, that he will grant you, according to the riches of his glory, to be strengthened with might by his spirit in the inner man." This is about, it's saying to be strengthened with might by his spirit in the inner man. This ain't about the outer man. This is about prepping for the inner man. It say that Hamashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love. And when the scriptures talk about everybody that love is appearing, right? Well, you being prepped to love, first and foremost, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, man. As Paul said in 2 Corinthians 11, "I have presented you as a chaste virgin to Mashiach." We can't get back to Yahweh but going through the bridegroom, man, which is Yahweh Shah. It say that Hamashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and length and depth and height, man. Because what was that verse that said, in tribulations, right? In necessities, in tumult. It's in 2 Corinthians. I'm gonna get it. You was holding something?
Or you want Proverbs 3?
Yeah, read
But
that.
if I may say real quick, because again, to the elect, the hopeful elect, if we're of that number, we already got the victory. And it just had me thinking, because like going back to John, he was, locked up.
Right.
How I didn't see him. He had to send, his guys are like,
Son of servant, one message. Right.
is this the man? Is this a guy? Because just speaking as a man, John, he probably had doubts, like, like what's going on.
Said,
but
are you him, or do we look for another? And he knew Yahweh Shah was him. But that was that moment of doubt, man.
But the point I want to make is, Yahweh Shai knew he was going to be all right.
Right.
The Lord knew he was going to be all right. Because remember, the Lord's not going to put anything on us that we can't deal with, man.
Exactly.
So, because it is, just something thinking, because, like, again, prepare to thy battle. We're all going to be put in that uncertain situation to where it's going to come down to that moment. But the Lord, he knows he's going to be all right.
That's a
She's
trial
going
and
to be all right.
tribulation, man. That's a trial and tribulation. That's the adversity and afflictions, man.
You want a verse 10? Proverbs 3?
Yeah, 10 and 11, yeah.
Proverbs 3 and 10. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty.
Start at 11.
Proverbs 3 and 11. My son, despise not the chastity of the Lord.
Right.
Neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth.
Right.
Even as a father, the son in whom he delighteth.
See, this is being prepped for the kingdom, man. This is being prepped to go through these trials and tribulations. Get Acts 14 and 22. You heard what Paul just said? Don't be, let me read it again. Ephesians 3. Let's read this one point. Ephesians 3 is verse uh, uh, 16, no, verse 13. Wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you. Because Paul did this for the flock. He did it for the sheep, man. He said again, wherefore I desire that ye faint not at my tribulations for you, which is your glory, man. Because this is about the flock, man. This ain't about us. Paul said, don't faint at my tribulations for you, which is your glory, man. Because this is about the flock, man. Well, you understand when you see the apostles, the elder bishops, the elders, you see they have been grounded, they have been rooted and grounded, man. And for whatever reason, we have some slow better to fight the truth, man. Whatever reason the Lord moved them, man. But the scripture tell you in Sirach 37:19 that there's one that will teach many, but unprofitable to himself, man. So for whatever reason, hey, they wasn't whoever they is, they wasn't rooted or grounded, man. But the Lord gave us sound leadership, man. We have been prepped. We have what is it in Luke 14? We have counted the cost, man. We counted the cost, still counting it. Because that's the sufferings of Yahushua, man. Romans 14:5. Being fully persuaded in your own mind. You got it.
So Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples,
Right.
and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Right.
He said exhorting to continue in the faith.
Right.
Continue, because
Right.
hey, like brother quoted earlier or read earlier, man. Hey, the spirit is willing, but this flesh, man, is our greatest adversary.
Right. The minute you get up, man. The minute you wake up, man, it's you in the flesh, man. Because the spirit will always do what's right, man. It's that flesh, man. That's why it's in Galatians 5:16, right? Exercise your spirit. Let me read it real quick. In Galatians chapter 5:16 it reads, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that you cannot do the things that you would. But if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law, man. Because it tell you in Timothy, I forgot what verse, maybe I forgot what chapter. But in Timothy tell you that a righteous man he already following the rehearsal right next to the Lord. So the law, it said the law applies to those that's unlawful, man. It's in Timothy's, man. We got it.
Back in Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples. And that's cool because, like we read it on, where it said, the Lord didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind.
Right.
Going back to that discipline, right? Because the disciple is nothing but a disciplined student. It says, and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Want to keep going?
What was that again?
Acts 14:22.
Yeah, read it one more time.
Confirming the souls of the disciples.
Because Paul just said, don't faint for my tribulations. Don't faint in my tribulations for you, because it's for the flock. And the point I was making is the apostles been building us up, man. Giving us the wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah, that me the Lord set up to plant our feet in the dirt, man. What they say? These elect men gonna be like what? Like trees planted by the rivers of water, man. So you gotta be rooted, man, in this truth, man. When you are rooted, that's why I say they that waver, man. Right? Not being wavered, being tossed to and fro by every wind of doctrine, man. If you're a tree planted, an old tree, right? What the scripture said, when they tell you in Isaiah 47, it say the Lord said, you have verily heavily laid thy yoke on the ancient. Talking about us, man. We are old trees that's being reactivated to be replanted, man. To be rerouted. Go ahead.
I tell you, I think that's Revelation 3, going into those pillars. So those that overcome, well, I make a pillar in the kingdom.
Right.
Back in Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shah.
See, through much tribulation, man. Christianity talk to people, they're gonna get raptured out of here. It ain't in the Bible, man.
At least not before the tribulation.
Right. Get Matthew 24 and 29. Ain't no rapture coming, man. Christianity told people they'll get raptured out of here before the destruction. No, that's not in the Bible, man. Okay, either you're gonna be here to be destroyed, man. You're gonna die. Hey, cause before the missiles hit, family gonna play out, man. Okay? Before the missiles hit, it's gonna be neighbor on neighbor looking for food, man. Before the missiles hit, it's gonna be hell out here, man. Tribulations. What is that? 2 Timothy 3 and 1. In the last days, perilous times shall come, man. Which is danger, man. You got it.
Because we talk about the missiles, hey, that's the end all be all.
That's the
You know,
end,
that's
that's the
you
end,
you ain't getting out that easy.
Right.
You know, yeah, you gotta go through Jacob's trouble.
Oh,
And this-
Amos 5 and 18. One flee from a lion and a bear met him. Ain't gonna be no escape from the judgment of the Lord, man. Hey, it say in 2 Ezra 15, and you got Lamentations 4. It's better to die by the sword than to die by hunger, man. Well, hey, some of you ain't gonna die by no sword. Okay, you're gonna die by hunger. Hey, man, the Lord got some grievous judgments coming, man. Getting killed by the gun, that's an easy way to go out, man. Go ahead.
I was gonna say because I think it's still, but Matthew 24 and 29, it says immediately. Oh yeah, I was gonna say because it's cold, you know. If you somehow make it through Jacob's trouble for the missiles, the Lord reserves you through Jacob's trouble for the missiles, man. The Lord had a special out for you. He had a special, man. That's scary.
Yeah.
Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days,
Hey, that's cold because Amos 5 and 18 say,
Right,
free from a lion
right,
and a bear
right.
met him and went into the house and a serpent bit him, right? You're going to take that jute, you're going to take that micro C here, right? Then you're going to die by the mill. So even if you escape the famine and the sword, the missiles got you, man. There is no escaping the judgment of the Lord. For 2/3 of Jake, man, you got it.
Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall
Right.
the sun be darkened,
Right.
and the moon shall not give a light.
It said immediately after the tribulation, right? That means you're still gonna be here. Go ahead.
And the stars shall fall from heaven,
Which is the missile. Go ahead.
and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Right.
And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
So see, it said all the tribes of the earth shall mourn. But in verse 29, they say immediately after the tribulation. So why are there still people on the earth if they don't get raptured out? Oh, I guess that's gonna be the ones gonna be left for the 7 years. No, man. You got it.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Everybody. Tell you Revelation 1 and 7, man. When the Lord returns, everybody gonna see him. That's why he said in Matthew, they tell you the Lord is over here. Over there, don't believe him. Because everybody gonna see that humongous chariot. They showed you Independence Day, man. Especially the second Independence Day. Resurgent. They showed you how Yahweh Shah was coming, and they had their space station, their space force, so they can see the Lord, man. Send warning. He's here. Go to the bunkers. Go.
Ain't nobody gonna be sleeping out there.
Right, ain't nobody gonna be
And, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet. They shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
You see? So that's said immediately after the tribulation. Not before, after. So it said in Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. Okay, through much tribulation, man, shall we enter into the kingdom, man. Lord willing. But tribulation is coming, man. And the Lord got us prepping for what's about to come. And we can get Hebrews 12. Start at verse 6.
Hebrews 12 and 6. For whom the Lord loveth, he chastiseth,
Right,
and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth.
right.
If ye endure chastenings, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons.
Right.
But what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
And we are what? The sons of God, man. Lord willing, those that get salvation, Lord willing, man, we'll be a part of that number. Got it?
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Right?
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily, for a few days, chasten us after their own pleasure.
After their own pleasure. What moment I used to tell you, you with your pop growing up, he say, I'm doing this because I love you. Go ahead.
But he for our profit, that we
Right.
might be partakers of his holiness.
This is how we get back to the kingdom, man. Through the sufferings of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. The sufferings of Yahweh Shah.
So when the Apostle Tar makes statements such as, hey, you gotta learn to love to suffer.
Right.
You gotta learn to love this shit.
Right.
You know, you at one point, you know, when we're younger in the faith, we don't understand, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of all Joel when you fall into diverse temptations. You know, because hey, like brothers be saying, man, all the time, hey, if and I know it hits me different. Like when things are going too smooth, man, you start getting that feeling of nervousness. Like,
Yeah.
shit, is the Lord still dealing with me? Because you know, Jake is used to catching hell when the Lord actually gives you a break. Because we're a lot of us are built up to a point where you know the Lord He brings us through one trial and tribulation, and we're ready for the next one. Like you know, we got the attitude like, hey, what's next? You know,
That should be the attitude, man. That should be the attitude. That's how the Lord did it, man. He did it with the sufferings of Yahweh Shah. And he got weak, man. He was told his cross at the moment when he got weak, Simon the Cyrenian was right there to help him get the cross up, man. He was in the flesh. That's why I say it behooved him to be made like his brother, man. Okay, of the seed of Abraham.
a quick one. Because again, going back to or to touch on this mindset.
Things that we're going through. Hey, like Paul said, man, it's for our chastening, man.
That's not it. I was going to make a quick point about how, like I said, you know, the Lord, time we have that comfort, you know, I'm ready to, because again, we already beat this shit. We already defeated it. It's just a matter of us going through the motion and it playing out. But back in Hebrews 12 and verse 11, it says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. And that's another thing with this truth, man. You know, hey, we're learning to exercise our spirit and to cut off the flesh, to put off the flesh. Because this flesh, we've been taught to walk contrary to Yahweh Shema Shai. All right? And like brother was talking about earlier about how, hey, the minute that we're born, you know, we've been taught under Esau, his school system. We were covered with his covering. All right. You know, but as we come into this truth, we learn, we grow. All right. We're put on the covering of Yahweh Shema Shai. Again, we're learning to walk in the spirit. All right. And not after the flesh. So again in Hebrews 12 and 11, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Wherefore lift up their hands which hang down and their feeble knees. Reminds me of what we just read in Acts 14, hey, confirming the souls of the disciples, man. Because, hey, you know. And you know another thing, man, because the scriptures talk about how basically we're used as instruments for the Heavenly Father. You know, and hey, you know, when the Lord puts certain brothers through certain situations just to edify, just for him to do edifying videos for the next brother, you know, to uplift the next brother, you know. Because brothers say it all the time, man, oh, you know, you know, do a particular video and oh man, you know, or I'll just, you know, because I try to check on brothers throughout the week or whatnot, and you know, it always seems to be right on time, you know, right what they needed to hear or whatever the case may be, you know, because again, it ain't about us, you know. And me personally, I've accepted that fact that hey, you know, as far as my lot, the Lord's gonna keep putting me in these certain situations, but that's a part of the comforter, the comfort of the scriptures, man. Because you know, you once you make peace with it, once you learn to subject yourself to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, man, hey, it makes your job easier, man. But verse 12 again, it says, "Wherefore lift up the hand down and the feeble knees, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. Follow peace with all men, and holiness without which no man shall see the Lord. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of the Most High, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, thereby many be defiled."
That's we'll tell you with Luke 2:31. It says, Satan has desired to sift you as wheat, man. That's what the Spirit is weak. Because he's a sifter, man. And the spiritual demon, he's sifted too, man. He's trying to sift as much as possible. Because he don't want you to win, man. He was designed on the left-hand side, man. Okay? For trouble, man. Wrath. So that's why you gotta walk in the spirit, man. Because if not, the Lord gonna give you over to him. They say Satan has asked the Lord to sift each and every one of us, man. And he plays on what? Lust, man. Okay? Because they tell you in James 1 that the Lord give you over to your own heart's lust, man. And that's why he couldn't get to Job, man. That's why he couldn't tell. That's why he couldn't. It didn't bother Job. What did Job say? The Lord giveth and taketh away. So Job was already prepared in the spirit. If anything ever came down and he lost it, he knew why he lost it. The Lord took it, man. Job was prepped. Okay, Job was prepped and ready to go, man. Anything happened, I know the Lord took it, man. But what happened in the end? He got it all back, man. And that's how the elect gonna get it back in the kingdom, man. Job represented the elect going through trials and tribulations, adversity and afflictions, but overcoming it, man. And in the end, that represent the elect in the kingdom of heaven, getting it all back, man. What did the Lord say? He that forsake houses, wives, right, mothers, fathers, kids, he's gonna get them 100-fold, man. So Job represented the elect going through these things, but overcoming it in the end. That's what Job represented, man. So Job was prepped already. Everything he had, he knew it's gonna be a day. Why? Because it wasn't the kingdom, man. It wasn't the kingdom. That's why Solomon said what he said in Ecclesiastes 2. It ain't the kingdom, man. So eventually it's gonna be gone anyway. You're gonna have to die. You're gonna have to die. Then what happened? It's gonna be left to somebody else. You come back again in reincarnation and you in the slum. Which when you die, you had trillions of dollars. Which, hey, David Rockefeller died. When he come back, he gonna be in chains, man.
Zero.
Yeah.
Big count.
Evelyn Rothschild, allegedly, they died allegedly, right? Evelyn Rothschild, David Rockefeller died. But when they come back in chains, man. You ain't finna get to go to school and learn nothing, man. You ain't finna get to, oh, Dad, we still got the bag? Yeah. No. Put this chains on, boy. Yeah. Get in that pit. Turn those big rocks to little rocks.
That's too damn bad.
All day. We're going to say it to the Dickey boys. Okay? What it said in Joel, we're going to say it to the Sabians. To the Sabians, man. To the Sabians, man. Yeah. Turn big rocks into little rocks all day long. Yeah, they died. David Rockefeller, Ellen Rothschild, they died with they had their own resources, so you can't even put a number on how much money they worth. But guess what? They're gonna come back with nothing else.
Turn
With
smaller rocks
chains
into
on.
smaller rocks.
Yeah, yeah. If you gonna turn small rock, hey, them rocks that chip off the big rock, turn them small rocks to smaller rocks. Yeah, man.
Just because.
Hey, 1,000 years, man.
I got one more. Okay. Isaiah 41 and verse 10. It says, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee." Because again, how about Shema Shai, man? He was constantly reiterating what y'all worried about, what y'all tripping about. Don't worry about it. I got you. You know, like a man with his woman. Just chill. I got this. It says, "For I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will keep thee." Or it's like, "I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." He made that. Faith. Because if Yahweh Shah was walking on the earth, if he was with us physically right now, then it would be easy to believe.
Yeah, right.
But this thing, the Lord, he requires our faith, and that's what Lord willing, it's going to pay off in that day. It's going to show in that day.
This is verse. I forgot where it's. I read it the other day. King David, if you in that book, see what I'm saying? David said the Lord held him by his right hand. I'm gonna get this in Psalm 73. This is Psalm 73 and 17. "Until I went into the sanctuary of God, then understand I their end." Who's end? The so-called white man's end. These heathen nations end, man. Now we understand the judgment of the Lord. So now it's no problem. We understand. They say, "Surely thou didst set them in slippery places, that cast them down into destruction." But the end goal for the so-called white man is going to slavery, man. That's his end goal, man. Verse 19, "How are they brought into desolation? As in the moment you about to cross the road, the intersection, what happened? Give me your hand. Hey, the Lord holding our hand. All the way till you get beat up into a chariot, man.
It's like
Whoever the elect is, man.
Sirach, the second chapter about cleaving unto the Lord.
Right.
That's what little children, man.
Right.
You know,
Little children,
they
man.
won't leave you alone. You gotta have to push them off.
Right.
No, the Lord, he don't. He's not.
Right.
He's not like us in the flesh. For those of us that are parents, and no, the Lord is
Go
different.
sit down.
Yeah.
Jake
The Lord wants that.
Yeah, Jake get aggravated for a moment with the kid. No, man. Not the Lord, not Yahweh Shema Shah, man.
We get tired. The Lord don't get tired.
Hey, the Lord say he hid his face from us, right? He hid his face from us until we acknowledge our offense, right? He said that we would seek him early. So now, why would the Lord say, "Go on, get from here," after he showed us his face and we heard his voice, man? The Lord holding our hand, man. You gotta know that. You gotta understand that, man. You gotta believe that. Whatever we go through, the Lord say he's doing it for our good, man. Oh, let me get that. You got it? This is our Psalm. This is Psalm 65 and verse 4. Can't find no more about it. It reads, "Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and calleth to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts." The courts is this altar, man, amongst the brethren, man. Whether you teaching by yourself or you amongst brethren. The courts is standing in the highways and hedges, man. It reads, "We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple." What's the Lord holy temple? Your body, your spirit. Verse 5 is the point. "For by terrible things in righteousness wilt thou answer us, O power, our Father, O power of our salvation, who art the confidence of all the ends of the earth, and of them that are far off upon the sea." Hey, so Lord got us, man. He's holding our right hand.
I think I got it. Psalm 16.
Yo, I just went into it. Yo, it's right here, Psalm 16. Yo, it say Psalm 16 in verse 7. "I will bless Yahweh, who have given me counsel, Same thing Aesop said in Psalm 73. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. What's it mean to be instructed in the night season? It's these lessons, man. The Spirit of the Lord, you meditate on, coming up with a title, putting together a precept, watching videos, you might get something on another video to spark you to do a lesson. It say, I will bless Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, who have given me counsel. My reins also instruct me in the night seasons. I have sent Yahweh always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. See? The elect ain't gonna be moved, man. Oh, let me see it say, thou will show me the path of life, verse 11, Psalm 16 and 11. Thou will show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore, man. Yeah, that was
So just sit back and chill, man. The
Right.
Lord got us, man.
right. Hey, oh, matter of fact, let me read this. The Lord said it, man.
Just chill.
Just chill. Just chill, man.
The Lord willing, man. We're going through our hell now, man. We're going through our chasing our punishment now.
Going through it now.
Because like I read in Sirach 48, what's coming is not for us, Lord willing. And we ain't got nothing to worry about. It's easier said than done, but that's why we're being built up.
This is Psalm 46 and verse 10. It reads, be still and know that I am power. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. Yahweh of hosts is with us. The power of Jacob is our refuge.
And I always say, man, because I always say it's a thing of confidence, not cockiness. Because knowing that the Lord, he's with us, he's dealing with us, man. So with that, it comes a certain a level of confidence and a certain mindset.
That's why I said it earlier, man. Psalm 44 and 8. In power, you help us forever, man. This ain't us being cocky, man. This is being confident. And the Lord say, lose not your confidence, which have great recompense of reward. In Hebrews 10, man. We confident in Yahweh Shema Shah. We supposed to be, man. You can't have nobody teaching. You ain't confident in what you're teaching. That means you ain't standing on, you ain't grounded, man. You ain't rooted.
Because then we need shepherds. We need a shepherd. Because Jake, hey, it wasn't no mistake. The Lord described us as sheep. You know, because if you don't have confidence in Yahweh Shema Shah, then you don't have confidence in Esau. You know,
In Galatians 6 and 1, it tell you that you the spiritual restore such a one the spirit of weakness. So I'm gonna get this. This is Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50, 8 is moved out of the midst of Babylon, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, move out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he goats for the flock. For to be leaders, man. Feeding the sheep, sound doctrine. For to be leaders, man. He said, be as he goats for the flock, man. So if you're a person, you're supposed to be feeding the sheep, but you don't got no confidence, you ain't rooted in faith, man. You ain't rooted in the wisdom and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shah.
Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That word hour was to protect, to guard.
Lord said, bring them out. Let me get them. So one of them is in Proverbs 3, right? It reads, Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes, fear Yahweh and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy neighbor, and marrow to thy bones. See, I want to get this. This is Proverbs 3 and 21. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes. Matter of fact, let's read 19. Proverbs 3:19. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding have he established the heavens. By his knowledge, the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. Is that true? You know, Deuteronomy 32:2. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes, keep sound wisdom and discretion, so shall they be life unto thy soul and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely in Jacob's trouble. We're gonna be safe, we're gonna be confident, right? We ain't gonna be moving with fear. It say, then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou layest down, thou shalt not be afraid, yet thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. In Jacob's trouble,
Brothers gonna be straight.
the brother's gonna be good, man. Okay? It say, be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For Yahweh shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken, man. The Lord say, get that for you go. There you read it.
Sir.
Yeah, man. Hey, in Jacob's trouble, while people gonna be getting ate up, nigga, Jay gonna be sleep, man. Jay gonna be eating good.
Oh shit.
Jay gonna be sleep, man. In Jacob's trouble, man. What we talking about?
Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation,
Right.
which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast, which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. All right, so with that, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who well. Peace, blessings, salutations to you, hopefully elect out there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Until the next time, Shalom. Wa Baba Ball.
Wow for tuning in. May how about you, Mama Shah, continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up. Hey, water for the precept. There for those that come out. Shalom.
Shalom.